Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever part of the day it may be, and whatever part of the world you may be in. This is Dr. Don with another daily LightPoint. We've been talking about this, the importance of spiritual, physical, and mental wellness. I want to pivot to conversation around physical wellness, but as you know, like we always do, I want to take a different spin on it, right? We talk about physical wellness solely in the context of a state of being, right? A state of being physically well, right? We measure physical wellness by the outcomes, right? Do we feel healthy? Do we experience a healthy lifestyle? Do others see us as healthy? All that's great. But I want to talk about physical wellness in the context of both acknowledgement of its importance and prevention. Because I think a lot of times we talk about physical wellness solely through a reactionary lens because we may not always invest in what's required to maintain physical wellness. But physical wellness, in its core definition, speaks more to the context of acknowledgement that our physical well-being, the wellness of our physical state, the healthiness of our physical body, our internal organs, all those things that enable us to be whole, is essential to our capacity to function in life. That acknowledgement is essential to sustainability of any physical wellness. So part of pursuit of that is to do so with first truly reflecting on your assessment of its importance. And a lot of times, depending on how you were raised or your upbringing, that wasn't always necessarily something that was ingrained in your life. Exercise, eating healthy, that's not necessarily congruent with your cultural norms, congruent with your upbringing and your understanding of what it means to be physically well. So it's important that we first acknowledge the essentiality in physical wellness, because if we don't truly believe that our capacity to function well and to show up effectively in the lives of others requires us to invest in our physical wellness, then our efforts to maintain discipline around our physical wellness becomes like climbing Mount Everest. So I think it begins with the acknowledgement of its importance and the impact of physical wellness on our lives, making those connections. When I sleep more than X amount of hours a day, I show up more effectively in this way. When I eat more healthy diets, I feel more energized. When I do these physical things, I feel healthier. Making those conscious connections is essential in physical wellness. The other side of that is this mindset of prevention. The nature of our physical wellness has a lot to do with the preventative measures, the proactive measures we take in our lives, not the reactionary ones. Physical wellness doesn't mean after I am ill, I go to a doctor and I seek medical attention and now I'm well, right? We associate wellness as an aftermath. Wellness is a precursor to ever becoming ill. Or when we are ill, we minimize the impact of that illness, that infection, that other thing that may be ailing us physically. So the idea of physical wellness means it requires us to think of it in a proactive context. Think about what can you do proactively to maintain the greatest state of physical well-being for yourself. For me, I know if I don't get a certain amount of sleep, I start to experience physical ail. I know when I've been going really hard and grinding and traveling too many weeks in a row without proper rest, hydration, healthy eating, I feel it on my body. So there are proactive steps that I can take to mitigate the physical impact that my lifestyle may have. So it's important for us to consider these things as we pursue this journey around physical well-being. Mindset and disposition around physical health, right? The acknowledgement of its importance and its impact, and the proactive approach and lens by which we approach, I should say, our physical well-being. With that being said, thanks for tuning in to our daily Light Point. Real leaders, real talk, real time.